You realize what's really important.
A holiday with a whole new meaning for an area family after a son gives his life for his country. Good evening and thanks for tuning in on this Memorial Day. I'm Dan Klein. It's been nearly 8 years since Brenda and C.V. Wilson of Otterbein lost their son in Iraq. News Channel 18's Krista Henry reports that while every day is a Memorial Day for the Wilsons, today has an extra special meaning. Krista?
Dan, the Wilson son Brian would have been 30 years old this year, but in December of 2004, while fighting for our country's freedom, Brian gave the ultimate sacrifice. Memorial Day for C.V. and Brenda Wilson used to mean a time to spend with family and friends.
It used to mean we have 3 sons, and we used to pack the cooler and tent and fishing poles, and we used to take the kids out fishing for the Memorial Weekend. It was the first weekend of the summer, and we'd listen to the 500 race while we fished.
But now Memorial Day has a whole new meaning for the Wilsons.
And now it's taken on a whole new meaning. You know, you realize what's really important. You realize how important family is.
The Wilson son Brian enlisted in the Marines in 2001.
Then this picture is Brian and Humvee.
Just 3 years later, their son Brian paid the ultimate price. He was killed in Iraq in the line of duty.
The last time I saw him was on my birthday, and we waved goodbye at the airport.
But even almost 8 years later, Brenda says the pain and wounds from losing her son are still fresh, and she deals with her own battle every day.
It does not get easier. It changes. The dynamics of it changes, but it never gets easier. It's the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning, and it's the last thing I think about when I go to sleep.
Brenda says if there was one thing she could ask every American, she'd ask them never to forget the true American heroes like her son who gave their life for our freedom.
It's easy to get involved with everyday life and forget, you know, the world that's going on around us, and there are guys over there still dying for us every day.
Today, the Wilsons visited their son's grave in Warren County and brought flowers in honor of Memorial Day. Over the weekend, they rode on the American Legion float in the 500 parade in Indianapolis. Brenda also spoke at the 500 memorial service. Several other Gold Star families from the area spent the weekend at our nation's capital and a conference for families of fallen soldiers. Krista Henry, News Channel 18.